Today, we're unboxing and reviewing the WAVLINK AX3000 Outdoor Wi-Fi 6 extender. And I'll try to cover what people love about it, what people are complaining about, and the answers to the most asked questions as we go. So if you've been on the fence about this thing, stay with me, because by the end of this video, we hope you'll know exactly whether or not it's right for your setup. As you can see, it is well packaged, in a sturdy box, shrink wrapped in protective plastic, and promises to provide outdoor Wi-Fi for up to 300 meters. It is aimed squarely at people trying to expand the reach of their main internet connection or even Starlink, on a farm, big property, from an RV, or anyone trying to get Wi-Fi to a detached garage. Basically anywhere a normal router just doesn't reach. Let's get into it. With the plastic wrap off, we next slide the cardboard cover off of the main box. This is an AX3000 Wi-Fi 6 router, meaning it can deliver a combined wireless speed of approximately 3000 megabits per second across the 5 GHz and 2.4 GHz bands. It also complies with the IEEE 802.11 AC, A, B, G, and N standards, meaning it supports all major Wi-Fi standards and is fully backward compatible to support older devices. Everything is well protected in the box, sandwiched in place by foam packaging. The first thing we notice is the main unit is a sturdy square. It is solid and a bit larger than we initially expected, measuring about 9 inches in both width and height. It is IP67 rated, which means it's fully dust tight and can actually handle being submerged in water. The back has 4 mounting holes and a grounding terminal. And the bottom has the power button, Ethernet port, and status LED. The top has the ports for 4 antennas. Made of thick polymer, this unit is clearly built to live outside. Next up is the antenna box. Inside, you will find 4 8 dBi antennas that are no joke. These high-gain antennas concentrate radio signals to increasing Wi-Fi range over a wider area. As you can see, they are much larger than your standard indoor ones, and they are also IP67 rated to withstand dirt and heavy rain. We also find a number of metal straps that can be used to mount the extender to a pole or column. There are 2 2.4 GHz antennas and 2 5 GHz antennas. This allows the extender to provide a 2x2 MIMO, multiple input, multiple output configuration to achieve high speeds, stability, and the ability to beamform. They are encased in fiberglass tubes, specifically designed for high precision, corrosion resistance, and strong wind resistance. The next box is a small box of accessories. Dumping everything out, we'll take a look and see what is included. First, there are 2 silicone pads that you use when mounting the extender to a pole using the included metal straps. Next is an Ethernet cable used to hardwire the unit to your network. Then, there is a small Ziploc bag containing the items you will need to connect an outdoor rated Ethernet cable to the unit to ensure everything is watertight. Inside, you will find a small wrench used for tightening the waterproof connector. There is also a power over Ethernet converter that is used to provide power to the unit over the outdoor Ethernet cable. And finally, there is the waterproof connector. In the next bag, we find the power supply that is used to provide power to the power over Ethernet converter. And the final small package contains mounting screws, along with wall anchors that can be used to mount the extender to a wall. Underneath the foam packaging, we find all of the documentation. This includes a small card with a QR code to the WAVLINK Everything Mesh Setup page. If you already have a WAVLINK mesh router, the AX3000 outdoor extender can use mesh technology to expand your existing Wi-Fi coverage. Next is a small booklet containing important directions before using. It includes information on how to select the best location, aiming for a height between 10 to 20 feet, with a clear line of sight to the areas you wish to cover. The flip side gives instructions on how to protect everything, if mounting the device outside. This includes making sure you ground the device for lightning protection. Use an appropriate, outdoor rated Ethernet cable, which we should note, is not included. And install an outdoor use Ethernet surge connector, also not included. Then, there is another folded pamphlet that provides safety information. Main things are to avoid electrical shock, keep it well ventilated, keep small parts and packaging away from children, and when disposing, to use electronic recycling. This information is provided in a number of different languages. Next in the box, you will find a positioning card that you can use if you plan to wall mount the extender. It provides a template for you to drill holes in the wall, so you can appropriately position the mounting screws so they are aligned with the back of the unit. And the final piece of documentation is the quick start guide. Inside, there is a hardware overview, information about the LED indicator, installation instructions, information about the various working modes, lightning and ESD protection information, how to configure the unit using hardwire or Wi-Fi, and then how to use the web interface to set everything up. The unit can be configured as an access point, router, repeater, or as a mesh node. Providing all of these modes, and the flexibility of connecting to your existing network using either a wired or wireless connection, ensures it fits into just about any network configuration you want. The booklet ends with frequently asked questions and contact information for support. So let's go ahead and set this unit up, and see how it works. Note, each of the antennas is labeled with the frequency. So you want to make sure the 5 GHz antennas are connected to the unit, matching the 5 GHz port. In addition, make sure you tighten the antennas down securely during installation, because a loose antenna can actually allow water intrusion. Similarly, the 2.4 GHz antennas are connected to the 2.4 GHz ports. Note that the frequency of each port alternates, so first 5 GHz, then 2.4 GHz, and then back to 5 GHz, with the final port being 2.4 GHz. Be careful as you connect them, as if you mix them up, it will reduce performance. Together, the two bands provide up to 3000 megabits per second. 2402 megabits per second on the 5 GHz frequency and 573 megabits on the 2.4. When attached, the antennas feel solid and secure. The fiberglass tubes are built to withstand harsh winters, rains, and high winds. We will next connect an Ethernet cable to the port at the bottom of the extender. You can see the Ethernet port recessed in this threaded hole. This is where we attach the waterproof connector to ensure a watertight unit. So, let's get ready with the waterproof connector and an Ethernet cable. If you are installing outside, you will want an outdoor rated cable. For our demo, we are just going to put the unit in an open window, so we will use the included cable. The connector has 3 parts to keep everything waterproof: the connector, a rubber gasket, and the connector cover. You first slip the cable through the connector cover. Then, put the rubber gasket around it. Once in place, we slide the assembly into the connector, and then screw the connector cover onto the connector, and make sure it is tight. The rubber gasket compresses around the cable and the opening, making a waterproof seal. Once everything is tight, you can go ahead and connect it to the main unit. To do this, you first insert the cable into the recessed port, making sure it clicks into place. Then, you screw in the waterproof connector to cover the opening. Since the Ethernet cable is surrounded by the rubber gasket, and the connector has an O-ring to seal its connection with the main box, once thoroughly tightened, everything is both dustproof and waterproof. The kit includes a small metal wrench, specifically designed to fit the bracket on the connector, so you can use it to gently tighten the connector to ensure it is tight. Be careful not to over-tighten, as to not break anything. Once one end of the Ethernet cable is watertight to the unit, the next step is to connect it to the Power over Ethernet, or PoE, converter. Note, WAVLINK does recommend also using an outdoor rated surge protector between the unit and the PoE converter to protect against lightning or other electric surges. Unfortunately, we did not have one for this demo, so we will just connect the cable directly to the converter. We then connect the other side to our network using another Ethernet cable. Now, while you can connect the extender in repeater mode to your network wirelessly, you still need to power it, so this PoE converter is required, regardless of whether or not you hardwire it to your network. To provide this power, you merely use the included power adapter, connect it to the converter, and power is then provided directly to the unit, over the Ethernet cable. We recommend you use this converter, as third-party PoE switches may not work as well. With everything connected, we are ready to go. If you do plan to use it outside, connect the grounding screw to a ground source, to protect against lightning. Now, we turn the unit on by clicking on the converter power button, and the power light illuminates, on both the converter and on the bottom of the extender. And with that, the unit is broadcasting and ready to go. Next, we'll use our phone to connect to the unit, by finding the WAVLINK Wi-Fi network and connecting to it. Once connected, a login screen appears. The default password is admin, so we use that to log in. Once logged in, then you can go through some setup screens to configure the unit. This includes choosing a region and time zone, and then changing the admin password and confirming it. The next screen allows you to name the Wi-Fi network and enter in the password for the network. Twice to confirm it. Once complete, the network restarts. And you reconnect, using the new network settings. With everything connected, let's give this unit a quick speed test. Here we see, the download speeds right next to the unit are close to 90 megabits per second. And upload speeds are similar, also around 90 megabits per second. These speeds are right around the maximum we would get if we were directly wired to our network, so we will see how things compare farther away. To simulate mounting the unit outside, we put it in an open window and head out. We are about 150 feet away from the main unit, and our signal is still strong. Running our speed test again, we see we are still getting amazing speeds. "90 megabits per second download, and 60 megabits per second upload. At this range, we are not even able to connect to our regular Wi-Fi network. So, for large properties, long driveways, or anything beyond your router's reach, this WAVLINK AX3000 outdoor Wi-Fi 6 extender can make all the difference. We did receive this unit for free, in exchange for our honest review. We hope you found this video informative.